So another episode where you hear my voice or see me to start off the podcast. Yo, that could only mean one thing. I messed up again. My bad. All right. Little different this time. I know last time I forgot to press record on the interface to actually record the good audio. I did that this time, okay? I did that. I swear I did that. The only issue was in my audio recorded fine. Like my audio was perfect. It was good, but my guest audio, my guest Laylow, his audio didn't record. My best guess is that when I was setting up the inputs for that mic, I accidentally hit the scroll wheel on my mouse and it switched the input, his microphone, which the input that was supposed to be recording to his microphone switched up, and instead the interface recorded my audio from my mic. So I had 2 copies of my audio and 0 copies of Laylow's audio. I did have the audio from the camera. It's crappy, if y'all remember from last time. So I debated whether or not I was even going to release this episode. It was a tough decision, but I decided. We talked about some dope stuff in here. Start off, we talked about kicks, working out, and then Laylow's job, where he works at a transition home for adolescent boys. So felt that was a pretty important conversation, and wanted to keep that and release that. So yeah, I'm deciding to release this video. Just have to put this disclaimer at the beginning. Also, I had the option of using the audio from the camera and then using my good audio. And then every time I talk, I could just use my good audio and then chop in Laylow's audio from the scratch audio I had from the camera. But I decided not to do that. Just it was going to take way too much time. And I'm exhausted right now. So I'm you know what? I'll just use the audio I have from the camera and then kind of overlay my good audio on top of it. So I'm going to sound a little clearer in the upcoming audio than Laylow. But it's my mistake, guys. My mistake. All right. I apologize, but really hope y'all listen through this. And yeah, man, so I think that's about it. Let me just wrap it up right now. I still got to finish actually editing the video. Once I get this done, once I get this uploaded, yeah, man, I think I'm going to take a couple of days off because I'm borderline running on fumes for a while now. So I need to take a couple days off to try to get some energy back, man. But I don't think I'll miss any week's episodes. So that's a plus. So yeah, man. Well, hope y'all take a listen. Appreciate it, guys. And I apologize one more time. Hurricane Harvey? Damn. Yeah. Nah, you came close here. Dog.
We left that night. Mm-hmm. I kept driving to the bridge.
Yeah.
And keep getting close right there. We stepped up further.
Okay.
And kept driving. Every 30 minutes I go by and somebody touching the bridge.
Yeah.
The kids, I want the kids to go through that experience.
Yeah.
And over there at Fairgreen and floods. Like,
yeah, it does.
So, man, we had a lot of support.
Yeah.
And that was what, Saturday? Friday or Saturday? We didn't get back to this side of town until Wednesday. So
yeah.
Everybody was good.
Yeah, one of my homeboys lives right there in Fairgreen. He was telling me that they were worried more about like the Greens Bayou, but he actually got flooded first from the back. Like there's like a little like side bayou like from behind them. So he was expecting the water to come this way, but they got it from the back first. But yeah,
it was nasty.
Yeah, it got a war zone. It got up high.
Everything that just coming back just look sad.
Yeah,
take you to a place. This is how it's gonna look. Yeah. When Judgment Day comes, like trash everywhere. All kinds of, man. Everybody sitting outside. I don't know what to do. Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah, that was a crazy time, man. Like I had leaks in the roof here, leaks over there at my parents' house too. So I was like running back and forth between the houses to make sure I was like, hey, nothing gets too damaged and stuff like that. Trying to patch stuff up. Water, I'm like an inch more, and I would have had water in here. Like it would like straight up look like a lake.
I was I said nah.
Yeah.
I said, you know what I mean? Like this is all material stuff. You know, we got insurance. We all right. Let's go. I grabbed what I could. Yeah. Everything else, I tried to as much as you can, but you can't save stuff. You know, just go. All right. Save the kids and together. Yeah. Anything material.
Yeah. That one I'm gonna remember because I remember what was it before that when it flooded the last time it flooded like here like really bad. I think it was it Allison?
Allison probably.
Yeah.
The year before it flooded, but it wasn't like in our area. It was more towards like was it Greens Point and a little bit more that way, 249.
And during Allison, I remember like I didn't even see where the worst part hit because I slept through it. Like I slept.
Then the NBA finals were that night, and I kept getting upset. I was like, "Can y'all stop putting this shit on?" I'm trying to watch. Allen Iverson was in the NBA finals. Yeah, I kept getting mad. I was like, "Man, I'm trying to watch the finals." Man. And I woke up that morning. There was no lights, no nothing. Oh, man, you flooded.
Yeah, like I remember, like I had power, and then I turned on the TV. And like I'm trying to watch like a show or some cartoons like Saturday morning. I was trying to watch and I was like, man, look, news on every single channel. And then so I was like, all right, I guess I'll leave this on or whatever. And then so I'm watching it, and then like they're showing this place, and then you know how like the news, the lower thirds, they usually say like what side of town. They said Northeast Houston. I'm like, wait a minute. I was like, I'm in Northeast Houston. So that's when I looked out the window and I was like, oh crap. Yeah, it was bad.
It was bad. My uncle used to live right there, same area we were in. And they got to get rescued by boats and all that. So it was like, so we knew the stories. So that's why it was like, I ain't gonna get rescued no boats. Yeah, I'm a big dude. So I'm gonna get a boat by myself. All right, let's keep carrying their kids in the back and all that. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, man. Let's just go ahead and get started. Like, all right. Welcome to the Defynest Podcast, guys. We're back. This is episode number 8. I'm here with my boy, the most talked about a person who hasn't yet, this is his first time on the podcast, but this guy's been like, his name has dropped in so many podcasts. I had to reach out to him. I was like, you know what? Let me get him on here. And then, so it's my boy, Laylow.
What's going on?
What's good, man? Yeah, so I usually like to start the podcast off by telling a little story of like how we met. I don't exactly know the exact time, but I would say it had to be like at a party somewhere.
It probably was.
And it was probably around the same time I met Yikes.
Probably.
Yeah.
Me and Yikes, we used to hang pretty tough back in the days.
And which means I got to do this on camera for everybody here. I want to apologize personally to you for my part in the Yikes best friend situation. Dude, I'm sorry. I didn't mean that. I didn't mean it to go down that way. I didn't want your feelings to get hurt in any way. I didn't want.
Who's Yikes? Who's
that? You don't know that guy? Oh man! Shots fired. fired over here, dog.
Nah, that's my dude. That's my dude. I mean, Yikes always pushes me away for somebody else, and he comes back. He's like that puppy, you know what I mean? He'll go out and then come back.
Okay.
Yikes good. Yikes family.
That's what's up, man.
You know he traded me for CDs.
that's the price. That was the price.
I'll be your best friend. I didn't even know that story until I heard the podcast. I'm like, damn, it was a CD.
Yeah, it was a CD, man. Yeah.
I remember y'all like, oh, we're best friends. I remember, I'm like, oh, Mike with the grill. I said, now you done traded me. That was funny.
Yeah, man, that's what happened. So yeah, man.
I want to say we met each other like
it had to be like early,
5, 6.
Mid 2000s.
Y'all were like graduating or something like that.
I probably just graduated.
Yeah, it was like around 18, that time. Yeah, it was 19. Around that time. Little parties here and there. You know, Yikes gets invited to all the parties, so he still gets invited to all the parties. High school parties. So
let me tell you this story about Yikes. Like I remember, like he was having a pal. He was having a pal at the loft, party at the loft, and then so. Like I was invited through a friend. I was like, well, I don't know where Yikes lives, and he stays at the loft. And then so like I ended up like I was driving, so I was like, hey, just follow me. Like, all right. So we went, and then so when this is before I knew where he stayed, so I was like, when somebody tells me a loft, I was like, all right, man, I guess we're going downtown. I was like, I really don't want to drive that far, but I really don't want to drive that far, but I guess, man, I'll go. I was thinking about I'll go for a little bit and then bounce.
Pals, loft, that just comes up, just us doing extra things. We just add names to everything. We have our own little secret like lingo language that we talk in, and everybody that's around in that little circle pretty much knows what's up.
Yeah. So I remember I was following them, and then like we literally did like 2 curves, and then then they stopped, and I was like, "Are we here?" I was like, "This isn't a loft." I was like, "We're not nowhere near."
It's like Michael Myers' house.
Yeah, so like I remember that, and I was like, oh, and I remember I asked him that day, I was like, why do you call this the place the loft? And then he told me, he was like, oh, it's because the living room area, it drops down. It drops down like 2 inches.
His room was the basement. Like 1 foot down. I was like, hey, let's go to the basement. Your codes for different parts of the house. I was like, I ain't nothing else to do.
Yeah, I remember that, man.
Good times.
Yeah, that was crazy. It's been a while, man. Yeah. And then now it's years, and before this podcast, I made sure to hit up your Instagram, just check it out. I was like, dude, and I've known this about you for a while. I was like, this dude's kick game is like ridiculous. Side. Yeah. So I was like, dude, and I was like, dog, the shoes, the different styles, the different colorways. I was like, man,
I grew up in the 90s, man. Yeah. So much that you like, so much that you saw. You weren't privileged to have everything. Yeah. So you peep game on other people, and I remember this shoe reminds me of this grade. Yeah. This shoe reminds me of this person. This shoe reminds me of this time in my life. So that's why I like to grasp to that. I like to just takes me back.
Oh, okay.
I just reminisce. So I try to collect. I've been collecting hard since 2006.
Really?
That's when I really started getting into it. At one point in time, I had 120 pairs of tennis shoes. Dude, and I was like,
I wanted to ask you.
I wanted to ask you 120, and I was like, nah.
How much is it now?
It's down to about 70, 60, 70, something like that. I did away with a lot of Jordans. The older you got, you want to be more comfortable.
Yeah.
Your feet start to hurt. I push that away. Even selling them, because I pretty much recycle money.
Okay.
So I buy them, wear them. People will offer me, and I don't rate people, as they say, in prices. I give them a decent amount of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, because that's like a whole different like little subculture.
I remember when it was not even that big.
Yeah.
And it just like to what is now. Right now they have like the shoe. What's it called? The shoe.
I know what you're talking about. Like it's almost like a.
I forgot.
It's a convention.
I keep forgetting. Yeah, there's a couple conventions they be having. They have it now like at the Toyota Center. I remember when it started like at the Meridian.
It was small. That's what I remember too.
1 year and it was like super small.
Yeah.
And it's now just to see all these youngsters and all that too. Back then it was nothing but like people my age or people that was really into it. So now it's like all these youngsters. It's thousands of dollars in it now, billions of dollars in it. You know what I mean? So it's crazy. I wish I was up there, but I just collect to collect.
Okay. Yeah, so you don't keep everything, though. Then you basically,
Some I do. They hold, a meaning.
Okay.
Some, everything has a price tag nowadays. So.
Yeah. So you got like a separate like closet or a place in your house where you like store all of them?
Just in the closet, it's all on top, all
really?
on the bottom, all on top.
It's all filled. It's just shoes everywhere.
The bed, everywhere. It's just like, damn.
You have a favorite pair?
I can't even say favorite. Probably the Foam Posits, the Royal Blues. Those are probably my favorite.
Okay.
They came out with like 98.
Okay.
And I remember the price tag. In 98, they were $200.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. Hey, mama, can I? No. Those ain't on sale. I didn't even think about it. Like $200, Jordans were like $120 at that time. So that was still expensive, you know what I mean? So it was like, that. So just seeing them and just the history behind that shoe. It was an indestructible shoe. And once you get them, it molds your feet to your feet. A lot of people didn't know that. Yeah, they wear them. They're like, oh, they're so heavy, they're so tough. No, that shoe molds into your feet, and then after a couple wears, you're like, damn, it's a comfortable shoe.
Okay, I didn't know that, man. I had no clue, dog.
It's a whole nother world.
Yeah. I barely started thinking like. Usually, I would pick shoes based on like just how the looks alone. I now like because my feet hurt too. I was like, man, I started thinking about like cushioning and all of this stuff. I didn't know it was like that intense.
Yeah, no, it's very intense.
Yeah, I was like,
it's kind of crazy because sometimes you will go out with somebody or be out with my wife or something, and she'll tell me she's like, you just keep staring at your shoes. So you know what I mean? Like you feel flattered in a way, kind of like like
you get the attention.
Did I take the attention away from? I'm sorry. They keep looking at me every time you pass by. It was like kind of felt good, but then like I'm sorry, but so I'm not sorry. That's why I got them. The flaws.
Yeah,
it's cool.
Man, that's crazy. Yo, like what's the most you ever paid? I mean, because I know it gets like ridiculous. Like I've seen shoes like thousands and thousands of dollars. Yeah.
I gotta say this on camera.
Nah, you don't have to. just by the expression, I know the price range.
I spent about. I think the most I spent was about $700 on pair.
Okay.
It was a double pack.
Okay. So it's 2 shoes.
I pretty much flipped it for double though.
Oh.
So so it was winning, and I regretted selling a lot of them because a year later they're like quadruple the price.
Damn.
And it's like, dang, I was sitting on those and nobody wanted to buy them at this time. And then a year later they're like going for like $2,000. Like,
damn.
I sold them for like $350, $400. That was good at the moment, but I would just hold on a little bit longer.
Yeah.
That's the price you pay in the game. Because you never know what the market is.
Yeah. It's crazy. This is one thing like I see like sometimes like when I go by stores, especially when the shoes are dropping, the lines are ridiculous.
I never mess with lines.
Really?
Okay. Once or twice in my life, but I never mess with lines. It used to be easy where you'd be like, you hold it for me, then it went for it's gonna be $20. It's gonna be $50. Then it was like I hold it for $100, man. Yeah, I do online.
Okay.
Shout out to my brother-in-law. He gets on the computer. He starts doing all this bot stuff. And
he does? Yeah. Oh man, so it's serious.
It's serious. It's serious. He called me at 2 a.m. one time. Hey, you want these shoes? I was like, yeah, man, just get them. I'll send you the money in the morning. You sure you want them? I'll send you the money in the morning, man. Yeah. It's 2 a.m. I'm trying to go ski. I got to work in 2 hours, man. So it gets serious sometimes.
Yeah. Have you ever missed out on a shoe?
Yeah, I missed out a lot.
Really?
A lot. As the shoe community, because he took a L. You know,
okay.
Took an L on these, took an L on those. I took an L the other day on some shoes. So yeah, you just get on the app. Now it's easy. It's just figuring in. I'll tell you that. If I get them, I get them. If I don't,
don't they have like sometimes like lottery systems now too?
Yeah. Raffles, lotteries. And it's so complicated now with so much technology. You see people with like, how they do, I can't even get one pair and that dude got like 8 pairs. Like, how that happen?
Yeah.
That's how they do it. They got all these systems that bypass and all that.
Damn, that's crazy, man.
So you ain't got an inside plug.
Yeah. you ain't getting
shout out to plug, but,
yeah.
but you ain't getting nothing. You know?
Oh, man, that's crazy.
You be looking crazy.
Yeah, man. I also noticed, man, you've been working out, dog.
I'm trying, man.
You've been getting a little swole,
I'm trying, man, you know?
Yeah, I see the post, man. I see the dumbbells. I see the weight. I'm like, my shoulder hurts just looking at you.
I got heavy into it about 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I've been diabetic for nobody knows that.
I didn't know, man.
12 years.
I didn't know.
12 years, you know, and I was like, I'm all right. Then you start feeling these symptoms that's going to make it worse, you know. Mm-hmm. And feet start getting cold and you start feeling...
I have that. My feet and my hands. They tell me I have Raynaud's.
It's with your nerves and all that.
Yeah.
And it's a weird... Nobody can explain the feeling. You can explain it, but you can't feel it until you feel it. You know what I mean? And it's just an uncomfortable feeling. My feet were getting cold. It'd be like 102 degrees outside.
Yeah.
And you just feel it, you know?
Yeah.
Putting socks on and
double socks.
Yeah, go to sleep.
Yeah.
And it was very uncomfortable. And I was like, man, I got to start doing something. So, shout out to Stizzo, my boy Stizzo, and Chinese and Pete. You know, we went out one day for, I think it was Stizzo's birthday. And I looked around and we took a picture and I looked around and I said, man, I'm the biggest dude in this group.
Yeah.
And I always been tall. Everybody's fit. They're running. They're working out. I'm like, say, man, I get my shit together. All these dudes looking.
Yeah.
I'm like, man. So slowly I started with them. You know, everything is a process. So, you know, I didn't post nothing. I didn't want nobody really to know.
Yeah.
I just started slowly. You know, until month 6, you know, is when I started like seeing small little gains, and I was like, oh, this feels good. Harvey messed me up for about 4 months, so I got back on it right after that. So I've been on it ever since.
Man.
It's a good feeling, you know, just seeing the difference. You know, it's a way of life nowadays.
Yeah.
I go to the gym like 5-6 times a week.
Really?
So it's cool. Like, I guess it's cool now to go to the gym.
That's what you do.
You know, the doctor calls you and say, whatever you're doing, just keep doing it because this is the best you ever. Where you were going, you was headed to trash. Cause I was drinking sodas. I think that's what the killer was. You know, I used to drink sodas like it was water, and that was bad. Yeah, so I gave that up. I cut off a lot of snacks. I used to work. You know, I worked overnight for 9 years. Yeah. So on the way to work, you're buying Big Reds and candy and stuff to stay up, just stay up all night. You know what I mean? And that wasn't helping me. Yeah. So you know, I just got in it, and I like it.
Yeah, man. You kind of get like I remember like I started running like when I got diagnosed. After I got diagnosed, and like, man, you guys, because there's like it's funny because when you hear like I have rheumatoid arthritis, so when you hear that, you're like, all right, your joints are hurting and stuff like that. My doctor, I was like, man, you want me to? My doctor was telling me, go exercise, go run and stuff like that. I was like, isn't that gonna make it worse? But no, man, like after that, like I started running, and you get like a high from it, man. Yeah. And then like right after I started finish, like I'll do like a couple laps and stuff like that. Right after I finished, I was like, man, I feel better. And I think that kind of like it kind of that feeling itself kind of motivates you, like, oh man, like you were saying when your doctor was like, man, this is the best you ever been. Keep doing what you're doing.
It almost made me cry, man. I was driving down the road and the lady, I'm like, are y'all serious? This is the best news I ever got. You know? I was like, it felt good, and I tried cardio also, and it was just not for me. You know, I would go run with Chinese, and run, I walk, I listen to my music. peep the scenery, but I run a little bit, and it wasn't for me. Now I'm trying to get into it, but when I started lifting weights and doing that, it burns a lot of calories while you're doing it, and I just liked it. You know what I mean? It just all that running though, I wasn't really good. Yeah. So I tried that for a little bit. Just gotta get what you like. You gotta see what you like. And it's what's best for you.
That's dope, man. That's dope. You mentioned that you worked overnight, like for 9 years. Mm-hmm. You ever get used to it? Because man,
it was. Before that, I used to work like other shops, and I was doing all shifts like that too. Yeah. And luckily, this was pretty easy. So it wasn't too bad, but at the same time, it's just that sleep deprivation. You try to sleep during the day, or you try to nap, take a little nap at work. Not saying that I did. It's not even real sleep. Just bags under your eyes. You're just tired, man. It's not the same type of sleep.
Like I can't sleep out when it's sunny. Like I need to pitch dark. Like
all my curtains were black. Brown, dark brown, black double curtains. And we had to sleep. It wasn't 5 hours of sleep. This is my routine. 4 or 5 hours of sleep. And having young ones at that time, it ain't the easiest either.
That adds a whole different.
That adds a whole different. So you just push it through. Man. So it's after 9 years being at the facility I'm in. I went to the morning shift, the day shift, pretty much.
Oh, that's dope, man. Yeah, man. So one of the reasons. I wanted to bring you on is because Laylow mentioned you and the work you do with kids, and I was like, man, he started saying, and I remember I posted a video or something. It was with some kids. I think you mentioned that you work with some kids like that, and then once Laylow brought it up, I was like, yeah, I forgot he said that. That's right. And then so man, I wanted to bring you on just to share that story, maybe you could say a little bit about it, what do you do, and then, who you help out and stuff like that.
Well, I guess we start from the beginning. I first started working in that field when I was 21. My aunt, got me into the field. She worked at a psychiatric hospital, out in Kingwood. And she's like, I'm gonna get you this job. I didn't even know I didn't know honestly what I was getting myself into. She's like, they pay you pretty good. Come on.
That's all you need.
And I'm like, all right, come on. So it's gonna it's 12-hour shifts, but I get you, and that's where I started nights off over there too. And I'm like, it was easy, but it was just some crazy stuff. You see, got plenty of stories in there, and I was only there about a year, 9 months to a year. So it was
you can't drop you're hearing some stories and then you have crazy stories and then just kind of move on. Man. You got to share at least.
They would put me in this unit called the PIC unit. Okay. I'm a big guy, so I'm 6'5", and they're like, okay, you're a big guy, you can handle these the crazies of the crazy. It's psychiatric and also detox. Okay. So a lot of people will go there for the detox of some type of drug, and what you call it, when you're trying to get off those drugs?
Man,
when you quit your job,
when you quit the drugs,
withdrawal. The withdrawal syndromes are horrible, man, and you see it, and you're like, wow, this person was on this, and that, and it'd be like 2 or 3 days, and a lot of them were called frequent flyers. They'll be there for week, and then they'll be gone. A month later, they'll be back.
Oh, damn.
It's hard, they got therapy, they got all kinds of stuff, they have drug rehab. But the psychiatric one is it's crazy. We had 2 sisters. I forgot their name, but they were Indian. Okay. And they're like, watch out for them. And I already look a little Pakistani myself. So they were giving me the eye. They're like, watch out for them. And they were 60, 70 years old. Watch out for them because they will flash you. I'm like, flash me? What? What? I'm like, flash me. So I'm sitting there. I think we were getting ready to give him medication or something. And they're like, hey, you. And I look back, she just goes, whoosh. And I'm just like, oh man. Oh man. Like, it just threw me for a loop. Yeah. And then she just laughing. The sister just laughing. Yeah. 10 minutes later, the sister does it too. I'm like, hey man, y'all gonna have to stop doing that. You know, they don't go to your rooms and all that. And it's crazy up in there. Not really crazy, but it just, you see a lot of things. Yeah. And that's like the funniest story up in there. I mean, people, they sit there and take their teeth out and just put it on the desk. And I'm like, I'm trying to take your vitals, man. Can you please pick up your teeth? Like, but I always kept a cool, like, you know, relationship with them. You know, I wasn't trying to be an asshole with them. There's some people that be like that, you know what I mean? I'm just there, you know, to be there. You know, just to accompany them, watch them, make sure they're not hurting themselves. You know, pretty much what your job describes what you need to do. Encourage them, you know. And then hours were getting kind of janky. You know, people were working like 300 hours a week, and other people were working like 20 hours a week. You know, so it was like, one of my guys was like, "Hey man, we're opening up a facility that's gonna be nothing but adolescents, boys. So you know, you're interested, and you have your set schedule. And it's gonna be overnight." So that's how it started. I'm like, I'll go check it out. So I went over there. Checked it out, and I do it, you know, boys. Yeah. It seems pretty easy, you know. I worked with the boys, the adolescent unit, and then I worked with the older people unit. And that old people unit. Really? It's worse? Yeah, that's rough. Oh, man. Yeah, that old people unit at the hospital, if anybody ever worked there, it's bad. It's unpredictable. These people, they're in their 80s and their 90s, and they're swinging at you. You gotta help the nurse shower them. Yeah. Like, anybody trying to see some old man's balls? Like, I'm real loud, man. You gonna have to stand here because he might say I inappropriately touched him and all that, but but when the guy has psychiatric issues, he's fighting you while you're trying to shower. You gotta take a bath. You know, so it's. There's a guy, I had to walk, one time I worked that shit, I hated that day. I had to walk around the whole place, like the whole night, just behind this. And he was walking like, step. Don't let him out of your sight because he'll disappear. Oh, man. He's running. Like 5 hours later, I'm like, can this dude sit down? Like, this has got a lot of energy. Like, what's he drinking coffee all day? Like, it's like 2 o'clock and 3 o'clock in the morning. Like, why he's not asleep? So it's a whole different. I went there about 2 years ago. We had like a convention, and it's changed. It's bigger. They got a lot of stuff going on. It's pretty cool. Cool. Yeah, but you moved on to. I moved on to adolescents. Fresh start is adolescents, 7 to 17. Okay. So mostly we have kids between 12, middle school age. Okay. So we try to not get too many older kids. What we do is we got an older boy home. We have 30 boys. Okay. When we first started, we started off at 13 boys, which wasn't too bad, you know. Then we moved up to 20 and 30, and hopefully soon we'll be trying to open up another house. 20 more boys, so we go to like 50, 52 boys. So it's pretty, it's growing. So, you know, I wanted to get with you. You know, I just talked to one of my administrators yesterday, and they're trying to get a website. Okay. So I'm talking to Mike on Friday. Let's make it happen, dog. Let's make it happen, like, for real, because he said it's a lot of things changing, you know, contracts, all this stuff going on, you know. Pretty deep into it now. Pretty much worked my way from the bottom to where I'm at now, you know, make moves, you know, people go through me. You know. I'm the case manager now, but I don't even consider, I'll sit there and sweep the floor and my bathrooms if I have to, you know what I mean? I don't like titles, you know what I mean? Yeah. I don't like that. I don't like taking credit for stuff like that. And that's why, you know, I don't really speak on it too much because I don't know. I just feel it's a job for me, but then it's like a life for me, you know. Yeah. These were my kids before I had kids. Yeah. So it's just okay. And so these kids are there with you because they're pretty much. They're all CPS, you know, FPS. They're all taken away from families or whatever due because what has happened in the past. You know? Yeah. It's a lot of sexual issues. It's a lot of abuse. When you read this stuff, you be like, dang. Yeah. It got to a point before I became case manager where I wouldn't even read the file because I'm not going to judge this kid on his past. I'm going to judge him on right now. Yeah. And that's what I did, you know. that helped me a lot because it helped me build a relationship with this child off just us meeting. You know? I already knew, you know, he had to have some type of background issues to be here. You know what I mean? So I already knew, but I didn't want to know the complete story because then it'll take you somewhere else. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you start making up like stuff in your mind, and then you you make assumptions.
It's a lot. It's when you read it, you be like, man, it's some messed up people in this world, man. Like some people like shouldn't have kids. Like why they still popping out kids. Yeah, we got people that got like 7 kids, and then they're sitting at court, and as soon as that baby's born, they take it away. Like, why are you still having kids? Yeah, like
it's ridiculous.
Can't even take care of the ones you got right here. Like, that's what they do.
Yeah, and so basically, you give them a home.
It's you could say it's a shelter. Okay. It's a transition.
Okay.
You know, a lot of them go to a psychiatric hospital due to, you know, behaviors or what they're doing or comments they made. You know, they might not mean it, or they might have tried it, you know, suicidal ideation, something like that. Yeah. But they might get sent there, and then they come to us. And we're pretty much the middleman before they move back to a foster home or back home to their family. You know, sometimes they're there because their family got to get their stuff together. And it's a transition to, you know, we're pretty much a structured environment. We're pretty much a male staff, which is a good thing because every boy needs a man in their life. Yeah. So we're predominantly male staff. We all got ego issues, which kind of, you know, not because, you know, we all men, you know, at the same time, but I think we work great, you know, because the outcome is great. You know, we got kids that call. I had a kid who called me like 40 minutes ago. You know, we had to send him to the hospital because his behavior was just out of control. And while the doctor was there, he's like, well, he needs to be admitted that we can reevaluate his medication. So they sent him over, and they called me like 40 minutes ago. Hey, Mr. Edward. Yeah, Edward's my name. There you go. Hey, how's it going? You know, everything okay? I'm like, he's like, oh, Mr. Edward, I miss you. I'm like, I had to sit back. Yeah, I still get it. Like, you know, you still get chills. Like, oh, we miss you too, man. You know, just get your stuff together and come on back. Yeah, and you still got a place to go. Just come to me. Okay. I'll be. So usually, when stuff like that happens, they go in there for about a couple of days and reevaluate their medication that way they can be stable. You know, a lot of them are on psychotropic medications. Okay. So which helps them. You know, they get evaluated once a month. You know, just to see how they're doing. Yeah. So it's the shelter's it's 24 hours, right? The kids live there. That's their home. Yeah, that's their home. You know. Okay. So I tried the last couple of years. We've been linking up with people. Before Laylow and them, I had a motorcycle group. Okay. One of our good friends, Ricky and Paul, you know, they got together in their motorcycle organization. Used to come out there for Christmas, and they would bring all the motorcycles and gifts for toys. It was a cool little thing. And Laylow hit me. Well, actually, he didn't hit me. We were just sitting I was getting a haircut. He was talking about, man, I want to do something about your community. I'm like, well, you know, I work with them kids. He's like, oh, yeah, you do. Yeah. And I'm like, well, just let me know, you know. And so he started, I want to cut hair, you know, cut hair. So he came in there and he started cutting their hair, you know, he started building relationships with a couple of boys. And I'm going to do it again. I think it was back to school, the first one, if I'm not mistaken. Or it might have been Christmas. But, man, those kids loved it. Yeah. And then every time, Mr. Edward, they call me Mr. Edward all the time. So they're like, can your friends come and cut my hair? I said, I don't know, man. I said, he charges a nice penny. And you got 30 kids. I'm like, I got to pay for that. Like, I said, I'll see what we can do. But man, they love getting their hair cut by them, man. They feel like a brand new person, man. When Ether comes out. Yeah. And his boys. Yeah. Yeah, man. He brought that up on the podcast. He was telling me that y'all had an event for Christmas this past Christmas. Yeah, man. That's dope, man. And so they get a lot of these kids that don't have. Some of them do. Some of them don't, and they really don't. You know, it's sad to see them when you see other kids going off to family visits or something. Yeah, and they don't have nobody to go to, so they're sitting there with staff. So we try to make the best of it. Okay. Let's go to the movies. Let's go do this. You know? Yeah. Try to get the mind. They say, you know, trauma is the worst during the holidays. You know, all the kids are, you know, traumatized by something. So, you know, we try to make it the best. You know, Ether came out, you know, it was pretty nice right here at the Legion.
Yeah.
And haircuts, tacos, everybody got gifts. Yeah. They played on the moon. They had video games. They had a good time. They had a great time. Yeah. And they reached out, and then we had another person through Vanessa Turan who linked us up with this other guy from down the street. I forgot the name of the trucking. He came through. Like, I didn't even know the guy. He just came through. Hey man, I've been doing this for 8 years. What you want? He's like, what you want? He's like, nah, I'm gonna do this with y'all, man. What y'all want? He's like, you know what? Just come over here and pick what you want for the kids. I want to got bikes and all kinds of stuff. And I'm like, wow, these kids are blessed and don't even know it. You know what I mean? And it's like I love giving it to them. You know what I mean? I give to them as much as I can. Whatever I could afford, but just in a big way that just seeing them happy, is great. Because some of these kids, they don't really know. But, I never had a bike in my life. Some of them lived through that. They're telling me I've never been to McDonald's, but it's the first time I said, you sit back and you're like, you never been to McDonald's. They never been through that. And it's crazy how this world is because you think people experience things, but they really haven't.
Yeah. So this is like one of those situations where people forget, man, how privileged and how lucky they are, man. Yeah, just in general, man. Some people take things for granted. And
we do on a daily basis.
Yeah, man. And then just thinking about it, like he told me that story. I was like, Laylow, this on the past podcast, which is I think Laylow was number 5. So
go ahead and watch it.
Yeah, man. If you haven't seen it,
don't watch Jackson though. Just watch Laylow.
Skip yikes. Yeah. So he brought that up, and like once he said that, it's like, man, I told him, I was like, dude, I want to help out some way. I want to be a part of this, man. So so I was like, man, dude, if there's anything I could do for him, I was like, man, I was thinking about, man, I'll go I got a couple cameras. I'll take cameras, maybe teach them, dog. Maybe let them play around with photography and shoot videos and just stuff like that, man. Or just shoot a video with them if they want. Man, I was even thinking that I would take everything, man. I could take the whole setup, dog.
You gotta remember their boys.
Yeah.
Remember their adolescents.
Man.
Tear up some stuff.
Yeah, man. Yeah, so yeah, man. I want to do something, man. I want to be a part of that. Yeah. I want to help them out any way I can, man. If because I know in that situation, I mean, just it's sad that they had to go through that. It's sad that they're in that place, and it's most of these kids they probably have they had no choice basically. It was
a lot of them blame themselves.
Really,
and it's not even their fault.
Yeah,
and we got to sit there because we sit there with them daily.
Yeah,
sometimes we're the only people that are consistent in their lives.
Yeah.
So they see us daily, they talk to us. At the end of the day, I have kids call me dad plenty of times, and I don't push it off. I'm not judging them. So they tell me they love me, and I love you too. And it's just the affection that they never had from the parents, from the grandpa, from the mother. I ain't talked to my mom in 6 years. I ain't talked to my brother in 14 years, and I'm 16. I've been to 50 different placements.
Damn,
because of my behavior. But for some reason, it's there where I connect to. I connect with certain people here. This is the best I've done. And the system ain't the best. As any system is. The system, as meaning that's CPS. They're trying their best, but when you got so many kids that are in care, it's hard, man. You got kids every day. You got emails of people trying to get placements for these kids. When you only got a certain amount, you can't really do nothing until one got to go, or one's moving forward. Most of the time, they're all moving forward to the next place.
Yeah.
So discharge, we have a lot of successful discharges. So sometimes you got unsuccessful discharges, which is runaways. When you deal with older kids towards 14 to 17, you deal with runaways, smoking, drugs, stuff like that. And that's the bad thing. We dealt with that before. We had One kid come in there, he was there 3 days and burned to a van, destroyed the facility, just because the caseworker lied to him.
Yeah.
It was crazy. Like, man, like, you didn't even know us and you cussing us out. Like, he's 16 years old and he didn't care about the law. And 4 days later, he ran away, came back, lit the van on fire. Like, man, that's our transportation to take these kids to do stuff. Man, you don't even know what you're affecting. Yeah. And just because they don't care. Man.
Yeah,
but you got to understand the backstory.
Yeah,
where they come from. You don't just become that way. Yeah. I met another story. I had a 10-year-old at a certain time where he had issues where his mom used to beat him with a hammer on his head. God. And this dude, we didn't even know, he got a haircut, and he began to act fool because you can see the knots on the head. And most kids gonna make fun of you, because that's how kids are. Look at those knots on your head. But this was detrimental to him because I don't want you making fun of that. Takes me to a dark place. And he was 10 years old. Damn. And he was like, fuck the world. Yeah. I don't know if you can cuss.
Yeah, you're good, man. Hey,
that's how he was. That's how he was. And that was crazy to me. Like, a 10-year-old? Like, you really, like, I'd rather be on these streets and have y'all take care of me. Like, man, I'm trying to take care of you. Yeah. Like, calm down. And a lot of his abuse was, overnight, at night. So he never slept. So when I would come in, he'd be up, banging his head on the wall. Come on, now. We had him for like 8 months. That's as long as he ever been anywhere. People were just, hey man, I can't do it. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. When you read up on these things and you see, it's like, damn, what these people doing to me? Yeah. And then you wonder why these kids are out in the streets doing what they do. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, it's pretty rough, man.
Damn, that's wild, man. That's wild, man. And you know what? Like, I think I remember now. Like, there's this movie which I mentioned, in the podcast before with Javier Paredes. It's with Brie Larson. It's called Short Term 12. That's the movie that I forgot that's in it, and it's basically about like that. It's a transition home that deals with these kids, and I was like, that's another that I would recommend. Like if you want to get like a firsthand experience into the stuff that Laylow's saying right now, watch Short Term 12 with it's starring Brie Larson, who's just going to come out as she's Captain Marvel in the new Marvel movie. So, and it's a dope movie. It's kind of heavy. Like it's one of those heavy movies. Like it kind of weighs on you. It might take a little toll on the heart, but
I probably won't be able to watch it.
Yeah,
because it takes movies that I watch and I just can't watch because it reminds me of work too much. Yeah. You know what I mean? And it's just at the end of the day, you come home to your kids. Yeah, and you be like, man, you try to shelter them as much as you can. Yeah, protect them as much as you can.
Because you can see what can happen.
See what can happen. Yeah. And some people tell me, "Oh, you're too protective on your kids." Yeah. Where they at? I can't see them. You know what I mean? And that's how I get sometimes. I get a little paranoid. Every job, like a cop. You get paranoid everywhere you at.
The stuff you seen.
Stuff you take it home. Yeah. You take it home with you. You know what I mean? And we got to go through training every year. We got to have a certain amount of training. We got to go through all these classes and all this just to help us deal with it. You know what I mean? And it would be nice if we get therapy for it, but we don't. You know what I mean? The kids get therapy. Yeah. But sometimes we got to give ourselves therapy. Yeah. We vent with each other. We talk with each other at work. So that always helps. It's how you say. I never expected to be in this field. Yeah. As deep as I am. It was a start off job, and then all of a sudden, 13, 14 years later. Yeah. You know what I mean? It ain't the best paying job, but it's more fulfilling. Yeah. I always see it. You bless these kids. God's gonna bless your family. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I see it, and I believe it. My kids are blessed.
Yeah. And what I think too is, man, if that's actually what I believe is the way you change the world. You don't change the world all at once, man. You change it one person at a time. That's what I believe. And then so I think like what you're saying, I was like, every one of those lives, I was like, every one of those kids that come through you have the opportunity to positively affect them, man. And then basically change their lives for the better. And then you think about like all the stuff, okay, so now there's this other person and they can do that, or they could change somebody else's lives for the better. That's the way you change the world. You change it one person at a time. And I think people forget that. You know, people say they want to change the world, but they kind of want to do it like all at once.
I think a lot of people want to change the world, but they want to take the credit.
Yeah, they want
nobody wants to do the hard work. Nobody wants to do the hard work.
No one wants to put in the work, man. And it's really that one-on-one interaction, the personal interaction that you have with somebody. I feel that's the way you can change the world, man. It's helping these kids out, helping out somebody that needs it, man. Because not everyone's is that fortunate enough to be blessed where they're in a perfect situation. I mean, yeah, like I would say like nobody is. Everybody has their own issues. Everybody has their own problems. But yes, man, you still have the ability to help out somebody. You know, there's still somebody who's worse than you.
There's always
somebody in a worse situation dealing with some way more worse stuff, and you have the ability to help them out. And I think that's just something.
Common conversation.
Yes.
Will help somebody out.
Yeah.
And you just don't know it. It's still in the person's high.
Yeah.
Just. I kind of live towards that. You know, I used to be just like, now you tell people hi. You know, you build relationships, and that can change a person. You know, that helps people. And just talking, just hey, how you doing? How was your day?
Yeah.
Even though you might not care, sometimes you just want them to be like, how was you? Just so they can feel better, because you might see just the demeanor on their face, and you just like want to change it. Mm-hmm. And I've grown to kind of read behaviors and just see it. And I can body language like it's. I didn't even know I was studying for it. Yeah. And that I can read it all day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because you experience it, and I see it all, right?
I see it all day long. Yeah. And those behaviors in those kids, I see that in adults.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They want to start, you know, like, oh, man, this adult's crazy. I said, they're probably doing that when he was young. Yeah. They were probably doing that when they were small, and they just never grew out of it. And they were adjusted to it, and they never got fixed. You know, from it. You know, a lot of people are traumatized from some type of event. Yeah. You know, and you got to learn how to deal with it. You got to learn how to move past it to make yourself stronger. Anything you deal with is going to make you stronger. Yeah. You deal with it. You can't just hide it and sweep it under the rug.
Yeah, you can't run from it.
You can't run from anything. Yeah. What you running from?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've dealt with the worst. Yeah. And, you know, it just makes you stronger. It makes you stronger. Yeah. And in those relationships with these brand new kids that can walk in tomorrow. Yeah. And they automatically have respect for me. I don't know why. Mm-hmm. But they read you. These kids will read you. Yeah. Easy. Someone been in the system so long. I know who's fake and I know who's real. Yeah. Because they've seen it before. Yeah. Yeah. You don't be all, I know that. No. How you going? How long are you going to be here? Let's work on that today. Mm-hmm. You know, you got to change your behaviors. You got to do what you got to do to get out of here. I love to have you here forever, but it's just a transition. Mm-hmm. You know, it's gonna hurt when you leave because it does. Yeah. But you want them to do better. You're going back home with your mom. You're going back home. That's great. You know, I hate that I'm not gonna be able to see you no more, but you're moving on to bigger and better things. Yeah. And I like that. You know what I mean? And sometimes they come back. They do so well. You get used to a certain type of structure, and that same structure is not carried on to the next place. Mm-hmm. You know, you lose control. You know, so that's a lot to do with it, you know, in the CPS kids and there's so much. There's ours is boys, they got more facilities, they got, and I heard that's a whole different breed. Yeah. And girls, I've heard some stories and you're like, wow. I got offered to do that one time and I was like, nah, I'm all right. I'll just chill with boys. Boys will fight, they'll cuss you out on that 2 minutes later, they hug you and be best friends, you know what I mean? And I'm good with that. Y'all all right, y'all be best friends, you know? Yeah. And that's how it is, you know. Yeah. We had 2 kids who were autistic and they fought every day, but they were brothers. They loved each other, you know, but they fought every day, cussing each other. I'm gonna kill you. Hey man, stop all that. And it's like, I hate that dude. And then 2 minutes later, they're sitting there playing Pokemon. I'm a kid, The worst of worst you hear, you know what I mean? And you can imagine the worst things people say. And a lot of cries they learn from, manipulating.
Yeah.
And this system, I'm going to kill myself. It's just a little attention, I'm not saying that because I want to kill myself.
Yeah.
I'm saying that because I just want attention.
Yeah.
They don't really want to hurt themselves. But when they go to a school or something like that and they make those type of threats, they don't, you got to know your child. Hey, he's not really that type of kid. But, then they got to have all kinds of, things. They got to follow protocol, to get services for this child because he made that type of threat.
Yeah.
Which could be a serious threat. But if you know your child, he might use that just to manipulate the situation. Yeah. So, I've heard that billions of times. I'm going to kill myself. Yeah. I said, are you really going to kill yourself or are you just playing with me? I just wanted an extra cookie. Just ask me for a cookie, man. The smallest things. Yeah. The smallest things. You have to learn. As your own kid, you have to learn their behaviors. You have to learn, and we have such a short time that you have to grasp any little small things they have.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A bag of chips can mean the world to these kids, you know what I mean? And it's crazy. Let's go to the store. What you want? Can I get some Takis,
Yeah.
I hate Takis, but these kids love those damn Takis.
Really?
Yeah.
It's not.
We're not sponsored by Takis. So, you know what I mean? Write the check.
There you go, right?
But it's like, they love that spicy chips, man. They love it. And it's not even good for them. Yeah. They just, it's like, you should be amazed how much these kids love those chips. And I think that's who buys them the most, these kids. Yeah. And small things like that just can mean the most, something small like the things lethal and people provide for them. Yeah. The smallest thing, mean the most because so much has been taken away from them. Mm-hmm. When you're moving from shelter to shelter, from house to house, you lose some of that stuff. Yeah. You lost. And so whatever you grasp to, that's mine. I'm trying to hold on to something. Mm-hmm. And some people don't understand that, these little headphones or something small mean a lot to them. They might get in trouble at school. I'm taking your headphones off. They're going to act a fool. Yeah. Leave that. Because that's all they got. And that's why I try to explain to a lot of these teachers and stuff like that. They go to public school, kids that we deal with. And, you can read the criteria and see what's going on. Don't just judge him like that's another regular child. Because he is a regular child, but he do got some issues going on. Yeah. And I try to keep a good relationship with these schools, they call me. What's something going on with this boy today, man? Can you talk to him? And I'll talk to him. Yeah. I talk to him over the phone. Hey, you all right? What's going on? They keep messing with me. They keep calling me these simple behavior issues. Yeah. Can you please try to make it a better day? You got so-and-so happening this weekend. There's stuff going on, man. Just try to make it. Yeah. I'm not asking for straight A's. Yeah. Just participate. Do what you're supposed to do. Because a lot of these kids are been moved around so much that their education is not up to par. Yeah.
Because they just jumping from school to school.
And that's why you have a lot of behavior issues. Yeah. With a lot of kids that are in this type of treatment, that are in these type of facilities. And there's so many facilities that we're just not big. Mm-hmm. We're just not known. You know what I mean? And there's a lot in Houston, North Houston, not that many in South Houston. I know that. But there's quite a few. And there's a lot of behavior issues. Some of those bad kids that you see at school, they might be in that facility. And, I try not to, when they're not, I try not to, put it out there because, they will start picking on them because they're some type of, kids is bad, man. Yeah, man. I know when I was young, I was like that too. So, you just make fun of people, just try to hit them with whatever you got. Yeah. So, it's a different world, it's a different things, and we try not to exclude it from the outside. We try to make the biggest thing right now is normalcy. Yeah. They want these kids, there's so many rules and regulations, they want these kids to live some type of a normal life. So we got to provide some type of normalcy for these kids. So it's a lot, man. It's so much into this that I can talk for like 8 hours about it. Yeah. That, just experiences and stuff going on.
That's crazy, man. Yeah. But we have to.
The crazy thing about it is I don't really talk about it too much. People don't really.
And
when they ask me what I do, and I don't like talking about it.
Okay.
I work because when you explain, then you got to go in depth. Like, I work with this, I do this, and that. And so I just work with kids. You know?
Yeah.
I don't even work for CPS. We're contracted by him at the state.
Yeah.
I just want to say sometimes just to cut that short. Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, but then you might get like some people. I gotta watch what I do in front of my kids.
Don't report me.
Don't report me.
Man, dude. Well, I appreciate you for sharing the story with me, dog. We have to, man. We have to work out something. I want to help out. Yeah. I want to help out some way possible.
That's fine. Just hit me up. Man. Yeah. Whatever you want to do, man. Just let me know. You know, I'll run it by the owner, and he sees whatever you want to do. Yeah, man. I'll just set up dates and whatever. You know, small things. We got people that reached out. And other people like they just want to do like small groups. Yeah. And just paint, do stuff like that. And I told Yice to come through, but you know. That's be bullshit. That's be bullshit.
He does. He does, man.
I love you, but bullshit, you know.
Yeah, man.
It's just you know, this kid, anything, you know, helps with these kids, man. Just whatever you get ideas.
I think it'd be cool, like if I take the cameras and then just let them play around with it, man. Maybe teach them.
They're not reliable. They're broken.
It's all right, man. It's all right. It's all right.
Yeah. Can you fix them?
Yeah, I'm gonna fix them. I can fix them. I'll learn how to fix them.
Whoops!
Yeah, man. But just get them, like, to teach them like something, like, I mean, because this stuff no one's gonna teach them this in middle school or anything like that, man. Just to teach them a skill that maybe, you know, at least put that seed in their mind that maybe it's like, oh, I kind of like this. So maybe it gives them like something to dive into. Maybe they start looking up stuff and start trying to learn photography, just trying to learn how to shoot videos. And
a lot of people don't know, but like when you're in that CPS custody, the state pays for your college.
Really?
100%.
What?
And we try to tell these older kids that you stay in care, even if you're just still affiliated a little bit, you can get college paid for all the way. Yeah. It's by the state. You know what I mean? Wow. These kids they got the best insurance, you know, they got everything, and they don't know it. But when you've been away from your family for so long, you're like, fuck CPS, you know, I'm not dealing with them. And they just want to be out the system. They just want to be out. Hey man, this helps them. Yeah. As many kids as we dealt with, we have yet to have one graduate.
Damn.
While they're with us. Okay. While they're with us, you know, because once you reach a certain age, you know, you go to home, you go to a place. You know, there's some kids that go to alternative placements. Yeah. For, you know, once you reach 18 and all that, you can only be in care until you're 18 unless you have different programs set up for you, you know. Mm-hmm. And college, you pay for them. And you try to tell them, somebody told you that, would you really do it?
I mean, if you gotta think about their situation and what they're being through. They're probably not even.
I want to go back home.
They're not even thinking that far. Nah, man. It's like they're just
they build survival skills.
Yeah.
How do I survive where I'm at for the moment?
Yeah.
So it gets intense when you get in there.
Okay, I got something, man. So, what if we plan a photo shoot? So basically, where these kids can set up like a set or something, and let these kids interact with the set, and we could take pictures and
whatever ideas you run, I'm more than with it. You know what I mean? Because anything for these kids to feel good, you can make. Some of them do life skills portfolios through CPS, but you know the caseworkers got to deal with that. They set up life books and all that. And we can do that here at the facility. You can set up pictures with them, and they can take it with them when they go to the next placement. And that's just while you were here, this is it's a remembrance. You got different things that you can do. Just shoot me a text, hit me up. I get 50,000 phone calls a day, you know what I mean? And I don't say none of those numbers because I wouldn't even have no space. You know, I get, each child comes with a caseworker, a CASA volunteer, an attorney. They got like 15 people behind them. Yeah. You know what I mean? And it gets hectic sometimes. Sometimes I got to shut my mind off and not answer some phone calls. I do answer most of them. But, you know, just leave me a voicemail. I'll call you back. Yeah. Sometimes, you know, I'm at home, man. Yeah. I got to deal with my own stuff. Mm-hmm. But it's a lot of people in these kids' lives that want to help. They want to do better for these kids, you know. And that's our future, you know. And it's not as good as it used to be. Actually, you know, you see it. You see culture. You see life. You see these kids. It's pretty rough out there.
Yeah, let's do it, man. We're gonna set up a photo shoot. I'm gonna start coming up with ideas of like what the kids can do. I want them to be able to like interact with stuff and then just have fun, enjoy themselves, and then just take some photos.
Do some videos.
Yeah, do some videos of that too.
Still tipping videos. I still remember that. I didn't think of that. That was the coolest, man. Like, damn, wow. Like 2 minutes later, I'm like, damn, I want to copy that, but no, I'm trying to bite off mine. Like,
you know, I would kill it, man. That was like a little
what was
Snapchat. It was a Snapchat
when
video.
it first started, I guess. What was it?
Yeah, it was. I don't know, man. It was
a long time ago.
It was years, man. It was
IG or what was it? Facebook.
It was on Snapchat. I put it on Facebook too, though, because
that's on Snap. I think I watched it like 15 times. Just cracking it.
So for people who don't know what we're talking about, like on Snapchat, what I did is like I made like a little like I guess it was still tipping video. Basically, what I took, I basically took the lyrics and basically shot the literal things of like what he was saying, like tipping on fofos. So basically, like I had like 4 candles that were the number 4, and basically I tipped them over.
It was the coolest. I was like, man,
switching lanes. Like I went out the street and I was like jumping. I remember that. Paint dripping, like I had like a whole bunch of paint cans and I just let them fall. Wood grain gripping, like I would just grab the tree.
that was. I remember that. I still remember that. I said, Mike need to come do something like that. I said, man. You know, just your normal day. You see that just changes your life. At the moment, you just in a better mood.
We could do that with the kids, man. We could shoot like a short video with them, like let them create something.
The little music that they got nowadays.
Yeah, which I don't even understand. I don't get the new music these days.
Man. Flossing and shooting and all that. My kids be doing it, and I learned from them, and then I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah.
So I'll be trying to mimic it sometimes. My daughter be like, you know, Dad.
just stop.
And I do it.
Am I doing it right?
Stop. He's like, I'm not doing it right. Shout out to my daughter and my 2 sons out there.
Man, that's crazy.
It's just a whole different world.
Yeah. We've been going at this for a little while, man. Go ahead and just wrap up, man. I want to appreciate you coming and taking out the time. I appreciate you for sharing the story, man. Because I think this is something important, man. People, even like people are watching this, man. You gotta just hearing some of the stuff, man, that these kids go through. Just thinking about the situation that these kids in, and you gotta remind yourself that there's people out there going through this, and then these kids, man, they have like
it's a lot of mental health issues.
Yeah, man.
And when we discuss it, just the tip of the iceberg. There's so much that's deep into it that people don't know. That, you know, you go crazy just thinking about things, you know. And luckily I have a good sense of humor. Yeah. I listen to music all day long. I listen to podcasts. You know, I keep my mind occupied from different things. Yeah. Because, you know, working with these kids so long, working in this type of field, you get affected. You know,
it can wear on you.
It can wear on you. You know what I mean? And it takes a toll sometimes. You know, and you know, you just got to be strong-minded, and it helps to be strong-minded. Yeah. It helps you build your character, you know what I mean? And you observe everything, you know, you take in everything. It helps you in your own life, you know what I mean? it has pros and cons.
Yeah.
So, it's just a different way of life. Everybody works. You see people on social media, everybody doing this. You see those people working, out on the field. Work in the office, work inside the house, in the AC already. But it's not physical work. It's that mental exhaustion. Take a toll on you.
Yeah, it's rough too, man.
That is tough.
Yeah.
You got to sleep that up. You take a nap. I used to get home. As soon as I got home, I take a nap.
Yeah.
My wife didn't understand sometimes. She would let me do it. I take an hour or 2 hour nap. Midday, rolling all day, and you got to get mental break. Stop.
Yeah, man. Yeah, so I just want to let people just stop and think about it, man. There's people out there in these situations, and so I just want people to know that, man, if you're out there and you see somebody in need, help them out, man. Even just doing the simple things like Laylow was saying, man, just having a conversation with them, man. Just talking to them, man. Just try to think about somebody else other than yourself, man.
If you're going through any roughness in your life, I'm a phone call away.
Yeah.
I'll sit there and talk to you. I don't mind.
Yeah.
But, you're going to take it the way you're going to take it, and I'm not scared to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because sometimes people be fucking up, and they don't want to hear it. You know what I mean? It depends on how you deal with yourself. You know what I mean? People listen to me, when I talk to them. People like my point of views and things. Yeah. So I'm glad that you.
That's dope. I appreciate your point of views, man. I appreciate what you brought to this podcast. I appreciate you sharing the story, man. Yeah, we're going to do that, man.
I appreciate the shout-outs.
Yeah, man.
Negative and positive. That's cool. I don't mind that, man. So hopefully they still keep shouting me out.
Yeah, man.
Maybe I come back. Talk a little bit more in depth. Maybe a group of Laylow in there.
Yeah, man.
We can just sit there and chat about it.
Yeah, man. I'm going to do this, man. I'll eventually, I want to get a bigger setup. I'll probably, one of the rooms, spare rooms I got back there, I'll probably switch it up, make it a huge desk in the middle, and then just have it so more people can come on. It could be like you were saying, a group of us, man, and just sit down, talk, man, just chill, share some stories, laugh, man, just have a good time, man. Yeah,
about certain things. Man. I'll be talking to Yak sometimes. It'll be 2 hours later. They're talking about everything. Sometimes we're not able to catch up, and then when we catch up, it's like, man, all this and this. And we just start talking about everything. We hit everything. Sometimes you need those conversations. Man, thanks, man. I need that right now.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I enjoyed this, man. This was dope, man. And I'm telling you, I'm gonna start planning out a photo shoot and a little video shoot. Maybe we can create a little video with the kids, man, and just have them interact and basically just. And then I want to. We could give the kids the photos, man. I could print out the photos and stuff like that, and they could see oh man, this. They could look back at it oh man, this was cool and stuff like that, man. Just to let them give something, just let them expose to this just creating photography, creating videos, and just seeing that you can have fun with it.
It's very therapeutic also.
Yeah. It gets their mind off it.
I like photos. I dealt with that a little bit in high school. Just messing around. I always wanted to get a camera and talk to a couple people about getting out. Just never did. I take pictures with my phone from the shoes.
I see them.
Those are good pictures.
Yeah, they're dope.
I did that shit with my phone. What?
Yeah, man.
So, I like what you're doing, man.
I appreciate this, man. Appreciate this.
Canvases.
Yeah, man.
Put my shoes on some canvases.
Hey, I can do that for you, man. I can do that for you. Yeah,
I don't know if they're gonna like it at the house though.
They already have all the boxes.
Now you gotta put more me in the restaurant. We ain't gonna put this right here. These are exclusive, man. I can't have this in the kitchen. Big old foot in the kitchen. So it'd be cool.
Yeah, man. Let's do this, man. We're gonna make this happen. And I'll probably share the story. Maybe I can have you on after we do the event. We can talk about that and stuff like that, man.
Anybody have any ideas or anything like that? Hit me up.
Yeah.
I got people that hit me up. once in a while, what can I do? If anybody needs something, I'll send, a pair of shoes, clothes. I got extra clothes from my kids that I grew with them. These kids take it. You know what I mean? Because some of them have nothing. Yeah, they come in, with nothing, so we gotta provide everything. So I try. It's hard growing up. Yeah, these kids want like the best of the best. Can't give everybody the best of the best. Yeah, give them what you got. So a lot of kids that came my size, you surprised me some 15-year-olds that are big. I'll give them my clothes. I'll give them shoes, hook them up like that way they can feel a little bit better about themselves. But if I don't wear a size 7, if you were my size, I'll hook you up. But I got some good friends that come through and give me stuff like that, and not to be. I hate to ask for stuff. They just hit me. Hey man, kids, I got some shoes, some extra shoes, man. You think they want them? Yeah. I'm cleaning out my closet. You have them, pick them up. And they rock them like it's the best of the best. And it could be just some regular Nikes and oh man, these are nice. And just the appreciation level, how they feel. I got a polo shirt. Mr. Errol rock a polo shirt every day. Now I'm like, Mr. Errol. I said, nah, that's for you, man. Yeah. And they feel it's just self-esteem, a lot of self-esteem issues. And then that builds it, that helps you. That helps build to just feeling better about yourself. Because at the end of the day, that's what you want them to feel better about themselves. Yeah. And where can people reach you at? You can hit me on my IG, on Facebook. My number is everywhere, 281-914-5799. Hit the Mike Jones number. I was about to say, we got Mike Jones in the house over here dropping this number on the podcast. Just hit me up. That's it. You text me, call me, whatever. Yeah. Your IG's IG, Laylow 360. Had to switch it up. Too many people using Laylow. So that's a funny story. Actually, I had to say Laylow. I think Chinese or Yang or Fern, one of them. Shout out to them. I was like, man, one day I'm going to get a name tatted right here. And he was like, that's not going to say that. That's going to say Laylow. He's going to say Laylow. So they call me Laylow, whatever you say. I've been called so many different names growing up, man. Yeah. I just go by whatever. What's up? There you go, man. You ain't saying anything. Hey, man, well, appreciate you coming on. Guys, appreciate you for listening. Remember, you can check out the website's Defynest.com, DEFYNEST. I'll probably be updating it soon, probably changing it up. But right now, I'll post all the videos on there. Also, you got the YouTube. You can just search on YouTube. We're also available on Spotify, iTunes, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, all of them podcast places. And so, guys, we're going to wrap this up. I really appreciate y'all for making it through this far. And I want to thank again Laylow for coming on, man. Really appreciate you. And we're going to make something happen, man. I want to do something for these kids, man. I want to do something for them, man. Yeah, we're going to make it happen.